All right. Jirachi start for Robin. Not great. It's got cross switchers too. Yeah, Robin is playing some aggressive Lost Zone deck. Is Pokestop Lost Art? Oh, is it? Pokestop off the rip here. From, is it Filippo? Is that how you say the name? Filippo? Looks like maybe a Trek and Shoes follow-up? Yeah, Trek and Shoes follow-up. Need some basics here, though. Man, that hand is just not it here for Filippo. Attach pass? Jeez. No basic search. All right. Filippo. Filippo. All right. We'll get a little bit better look at what Robin's rocking here. It looks like it is Sablezard. I saw Dark Energy, so it's Sablezard with Roaring Moon and Pokestops. So just like a ridiculously aggressive Sablezard with Pokestops and cross switchers. All right. Be a Comfy here. I don't think the hand was that good for Robin, though. I don't think the hand is actually that good for Robin here. Does have access to the Pokestop to potentially improve it, of course. Goes for a Comfy. Here comes a cut. I'll take another look at this hand here. Oh, there's a Coalition there, actually. I take it back. There's a Coalition there. Play Snorlax. Play Spiritomb. Putting Spiritomb in play here also would be pretty good to shut down the Moltres. Draw power. And here comes the Chorus. Who we get? Battle VIP pass is great. Thinking about the Comfy as well. And the switch. Giving up the 2 energy. Energy would be good to retreat with here, though. Maybe you go with an energy over the switch. There's no energy in hand, right? Oh, there's 1 energy in hand, but there's plenty of switches in hand as well. Maybe go with the energy instead to preserve the energy to combo with Mirage Gate. Also, if you lost on too many energy, using like Super Up plus Mirage Gate, it's not going to be a possibility. But it looks like the 2 energy are going to hit the lost zone here for Robin. Should be able to get off a Cram attack here, like guaranteed. I believe Cram is in the deck, so we'll see Battle VIP pass here. Grab Cram. Could get a 3rd Comfy. I actually don't even know what else you'd want to grab here, to be honest. 3rd Comfy seems decent. Definitely grabbing Cram. You could grab your Radzar and just get that in play. You could grab Sableye just to get that in play. You don't really need a 3rd Comfy here, to be honest. 2 is probably more than enough. Cram was prized. Oh, there was a Cram prize as well. Yes, it does play the 2 Cram. Looks like it is lining up that Radzard to be able to be aggressive with it with Mirage Gates, maybe even on the following turn. Yeah, there's the Radzard grab. See a couple Super Rod in there. What else is Robin playing here? Mirage Gate, Super Rod. A couple Mirage Gates. Probably 4, to be honest. It probably is just a 4 Mirage Gate build. I mean, just hella items in general, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the only thing with putting your Radzard down aggressively is your opponent can KO it before you get to use it. So a big question mark for here would be like whether or not Filippo plays Pokemon Catcher, or if it would require like a boss KO to actually chase down this Radzard. Because if it is like a boss chase, then the Zard's like in a pretty safe spot like right now. It also comes down to like how many catcher Filippo plays, but even honestly, just getting the first attack off as Robin with Cram, it's like where you want to be here as Robin. Like if you just get Cram attack, you're just in a good spot already. He does play catcher. 1 is in prizes. Okay, so there's catcher in the list. So even if there's double Pal Pad, okay. Dude, this list is interesting here from Robin. It's like super aggressive. Double Pal Pad. I wonder how many Pokestops are in the list as well. Maybe it's like 4 Pokestop. Yeah, this is definitely a really good matchup for Robin. And with the Cram attack being the first attack beat of the game coming here and from Robin is like also really, really good for Robin. He's already thinking about using the Pal Pad here before using this next Comfy here to maximize the odds of hitting the Chorus. Could also go with a Pokestop first next turn and then Nestball versus Super Rod. Rod's good to recover for the Mirage Gates. But Nestball's good to get that potential 3rd Comfy for next turn, even this turn. And then even like follow up Sableye, maybe getting Cram back and attack with another Cram. Yeah, I think I like the Nestball, I think. Keep up your chain of attackers. I think Robin's gonna like start the next turn by using Pokestop and then Palpad the Colress's back, or Palpad a Colress back, maybe a second Colress, and then go into Comfys from there to try and find a Colress. All right, over to Filippo. Honestly, it might be tough to get on Alpha and attack this turn. Oh, there was an Iono actually, so probably won't be as tough. There is an Iono off the top deck. Still needs to find like a Dark Patch though, or some kind of like switch E-switch combo. There's the Iono. Yeah. I would maybe, I mean, Robin probably wishes the Palpad had been played, but I still don't hate the hold of the Palpad there from Robin to try and combo with Pokestop next turn. What, at least one Pokegear in hand, 2 Super Rod in hand, so at least plays 3 Super Rod. Here comes a, there's a Dark Patch, there's an Energy Milled, but it's not a Dark Energy. There's Dark Energy in hand, but there's none in the discard pile. There's some Battle IP passes. Oh my gosh. Handy for Filippo is terrible. You could just gust up the Jirachi, to be honest. And actually, in Robin's hand, Robin can't currently move a Jirachi. Or I guess you bring up the Radzard, actually. You bring up the Radzard here for sure. Yeah, you bring up Radzard. It's got 3 retreat cost. I was thinking the Jirachi, but no. Now you force Robin to have a switch card, not just energy to retreat. It does have 1 cross switcher in hand, so it is possible for Robin to get there. Onto a Battle VIP pass. Do you start with Pokegear or do you start with Pokestop? He's going to start with the Pokestop. There was no course on the bottom of the deck. The mill is good. So now we go into the Pokegear next because there's no course on the bottom from the Iono. But actually, it is possible Robin can't move the Radiant this turn. This could be a huge potential for Filippo to make a comeback here in tempo in the game with this the catcher heads on the Radzard. I think Robin was there just thinking about whether or not there was any chorus on the bottom of the deck before playing the Pokegear, because almost hesitated there for a second. There's a Clara, no chorus. Uh-oh. That is the whiff. Now, as the game progresses, the prize trade will definitely be in Robin's favor, because Radzard can go like 1 for 2 as the game progresses still. So Robin whiffing an attack here isn't that big of a deal for Robin to still potentially win this game, but it is like what Filippo needed, I think, for sure. Like, if Robin had a switch card attack with Cram, draw the first 2 prize cards before Filippo even gets an attack off, that put Filippo in a pretty bad spot. So Filippo plays water. That is true. Also, yeah, Filippo also does play the waters, which is a pretty big deal actually. But there's the Mana Fee recovery. Actually, it kind of works out pretty well here for Robin. Could even get the Spiritomb as well. Could instead go for the Snorlax. So that's the question. Do you want the Spiritomb? You probably don't want to bench Spiritomb this turn. Now that you've seen the water energy from Filippo, you're probably benching the Mana Fee this turn. You can also take nothing. I feel like the Snorlax is still pretty good there, though. To help play around, like to help get 2 KOs on Roaring Moons with Sableye. To play around like the capsule. Because the 180 gets you like over the capsule HP buff, so I wouldn't have hated to see that from Robin. Like get the Snorlax instead. At least to have it. I believe the Snorlax was in the discard pile there. Alright, Pokestop here initially. And there's some good cards to have options of. The Mana Fee is on the bench now here for Robin, so the Greninja play isn't possible. But we do know Filippo plays the water energy, so maybe Filippo plays Canceling Clone. It's possible. Has an Ultra Ball now, so can actually use this Dark Patch. Unfortunately, doesn't have a still way to move the active. Probably going to grab Greninja off the Ultra Ball for more draw power after the research. We'll see. He's eyeing up Squawkabilly, actually. Which you just, obviously, you can't use its ability anymore, so you would just be discarding it to thin out of the deck. But I feel like you'd rather have Greninja here to draw some cards. Does settle on the Greninja. And now, needs to find like some combination of getting 2 energy on the active. I guess you could just attack with the active Moltres as well through E-Switch, to be honest. I don't even know if it's worth Dark Patching this energy. No, it probably is, because you could, yeah, you definitely Dark Patch the energy. I was thinking you may want to leave the energy in the discard pile to be able to utilize it with Moltres, but just draw into another Dark Energy and utilize that one with it. Has Catcher, but you definitely want to be KOing the active here, I think. Does have an E-Switch in hand, so you could E-Switch this energy up to the active, and then Greninja and energy away. You definitely don't want to leave Moltres in the active if you can avoid it, because it's kind of just like a free prize card for the Cram. See, there's another E-Switch. There's a Dark Patch. There's a Vessel. I feel like there has to be some combination here that gets us to the attack this turn for Filippo with the Roaring Moon. So we can concealed cards and energy away, attach active, retreat the active, accelerate the energy with the Moltres ability. Okay. Then we get to bump the Pokestop as well, take that away from Robin. I guess Filippo doesn't have a ridiculously good read on how aggressive of a build Robin is playing here, or how useful Pokestop is to Robin, but we'll definitely get an idea of it eventually. Yeah, can retreat and attack with the Roaring Moon, which is what we want to see here. Get the Moltres out of harm's way. And finally get that attack off. A little bit late, but it is finally happening here for Filippo. Better late than never, I guess. There we go. Charizard goes down. Also, another reason that Robin probably doesn't want to get Spiritomb there specifically on that last turn is because you don't actually want to put Spiritomb on your bench. You want to have like multiple attackers in play. So if you want multiple attackers in play. So if you get, you know, judged or Iono'd later on in the game, then you have like a follow-up attack to work with, whether that be something like a Sableye or a Cram or whatever. Like attacking with Cram for this next turn from Robin is just fine. Attack with Cram, take a punch, set up for 2 KO with a Sableye. You got the Moltres on the bench to take out as well. There's a Sableye into the hand right now. Another Pokestop from Robin, and immediately into the Pokestop. Mills a Colress. Would have been nice to have that Colress. Mills the Roaring Moon as well. Lost Zone is only at 4 here as well. Yeah, only a Lost Zone of 4 right now. Yeah, losing the Colress is unfortunate. I'm definitely probably taking the Mirage Gate. Third Comfy here does not seem great with the current bench. Like I said, you want to get 2 attackers in play. You want to have 2 attackers in play. Also, not a ton of switch cards in the hand to go from Comfy to Comfy here either for Robin. So we're probably just going to see a retreat, use a Comfy, switch card into Cram, and then maybe bench the Sableye. Just so if a Judge or an Iono happens, you have another attacker set up. There is a Cross Switcher. We could actually see Robin now go with the double Cross Switcher and KO that Moltres off the bench. And it has Nest Ball Super Rod in hand, so we could see Robin go to like bench. It depends how much you want to play around hand disruption here as Robin, because you could like bench Radiant Charizard again and be like, all right, if you want to boss it, you don't really want to probably give your opponent the boss option on your Radiant Charizard though. Probably not anyways. I mean, you know, Filippo is playing like a catcher build. I think if Robin doesn't, at the very least, I think Robin should bench the Sableye. If Robin's not going to go Super Rod Radiant Charizard back, Nest Ball into play, I think Robin should at the very least bench the Sableye. And there is like definitely an argument for just like Super Riding the Radiant Charizard and just getting it back into the deck with some energy. I think that'd be fine. The big question is, will Robin actually put it into play? I assume we'll recover the Dark Energy here. I don't know if you even want to put the Roaring Moon back into the deck right now. You wouldn't use it for such a long time as Robin here. That's probably not worth shuffling back in. And the question is, does Robin actually Nest Ball this Radiant Charizard back into play, or do you just leave it in the deck? Because you definitely want to play around getting Iono to Judge next turn, so you want to set yourself up somewhat. So I think if we don't see the Radiant Charizard get benched right now, I think we should at least see Robin bench the Sableye. Because otherwise, Judge plus Knockout active here from Filippo, who once again could be another big tempo swing turn, where it's like Robin whiffs an attack for a turn, like we saw earlier with the catcher on the Radiant Charizard. So I want to see Robin establish the board a little bit more. Also, could attach an energy to a Comfy here. Yeah, I don't like that. I want to see Robin do a little bit more there. Judge is pretty common in the Roaring Moon deck right now, and the Judge is in the hand for Filippo. Yeah, I just want to see Robin do, like, Robin could have attached for turn 2 a Comfy, could have benched the Sableye, could have Nest Balled for the Charizard, because even if the Charizard gets boss KO, then you still have your Cram, right? Then you go, okay, cool, Cram your Roaring Moon next turn, and then it gets set up for the 2 KO of Cram into Sableye or something like that. Yeah, I just want to see Robin do a little bit more. I just want to see a little bit more here from Robin. Just because now this is like this could be a huge turn for Filippo. Judge with no attacker in play on Robin's side. Calamity Storm, bump the Pokestop. That's also another thing Robin could have done here. Robin didn't have to put the Pokestop in play, I don't think, and could have attacked with Cram. And you can't Calamity Storm KO a Cram unless there's a Stadium in play. Yeah, you can't do either of those things. I would have liked Sableye attached Psychic. I don't love Sableye attached Psychic because Robin's only at 10 or 6 in the Lost Zone with no Colress in hand. So I wouldn't have loved committing the energy to the Sableye, especially with Mirage Gate being online next turn. You could just find it through a Mirage Gate. But if you're going to get hand disrupted here, the energy on the Comfy I like the idea of. Or I kind of like the idea of the energy to the Radiant Charizard as well, to be able to get it into range, to be able to actually attack with it next turn after a knockout is done. Was that the Palpad used there from Filippo? What did Filippo recover? The Iono? And I didn't actually see what was recovered off that Palpad there, to be honest. Here comes the Ultra Ball, though. I don't even know what to grab. Maybe another Roaring Moon? Yeah, it's going to be another Roaring Moon here. But yeah, also, that's another thing Robin could have done, would be to, because we knew Robin was going to attack with Cram this turn. Ionosada, okay. I almost would have liked to have seen Filippo play the Judge and hope, well, maybe this is probably correct from Filippo. I wouldn't have hated to see Judge to hopefully draw back into Palpad, and then Palpad for Judge and Iono, and just keep up the pressure with the hand disruption cards. Yeah. I wouldn't have hated to see that. But yeah, the other thing Robin could have done, like I said, we knew we were attacking with Cram. We could have not put the Pokestop in play and forced Filippo to have a Stadium. So that way Filippo could actually KO a Cram without using Frenzy Gouging, because you do not want to Frenzy Gouging a Cram in this matchup at all, for sure. But putting the Pokestop in play gives it to Filippo, gives Filippo the easy KO on the Cram here. So that was another thing Robin could have done differently on that last turn. And if there was no Stadium in play here and Filippo couldn't find one, we'd probably see Filippo go for a Catcher on a Comfy, which then preserves your Cram as Robin, and then once again forces Filippo to have that Stadium. See, though, eyeing up the energy. No Moltres in play, but looks like it does have a Dark Patch. Is going to go ahead and play it as well. Isn't going into Rock Sand range here as Filippo, so I don't think you... I guess you maybe just want to get this in play. Did Filippo use the Pokestop? I don't think so, right? He's going to go ahead and use it now, it looks like. Oh, no, it's just bumping it. Okay, and there's the KO. Yeah, but there's a possibility here, though, for Robin to, like, whiff an attack. Let's see. Switch card energy. This is not a great hand here from Robin. Does have the Pal Pad, which will lead to putting Colress's back in the deck. I think there's 2 in the discard pile, right? Maybe just 1? I think there's 2. Clara is also a consideration, but there's plenty of Super Rod left for Robin. And the Radiant Charizard is currently in the deck as well. Yeah, I think just getting to a Colress is too important here. Double Colress into the deck. Once again, the prize trade is still... Like, theoretically, Robin still wins the prize trade with chaining some Radiant Zards. Or even just, like, you go Sableye. You can go, like, Cram Sableye here. Sableye here. KO one Roaring Moon. And then Radiant Zard KO the next Roaring Moon. So Robin is still very much in a position to be able to win this game based on just on the prize trade on board. But might not get there this turn. So this is where we could see the whiff here. Comfy number 1. Switch and Nest Ball. I feel like Nest Ball for the potential of third Comfy or the Radiant Charizard is probably the better take here. Plenty of switches in hand. Robin does go for the Nest Ball. Now we should probably see a switch into the next Comfy. You could play the Nest Ball right now to go get a third Comfy. But I think saving it probably makes a little bit more sense first. Because getting another Comfy here wouldn't be terrible. There's the Colress. And the fearful thing, the scary thing would have been there if there was like a Radiant Charizard to go with it. Now is debating using this Nest Ball. Once again, I don't think there's really a reason to play it. I mean, you could go get the Radzard right now, and I don't think that'd be terrible to go get Radzard. Thin it out of the deck before you play the Colress. I don't hate that. Because then if you can at least attack with Radzard, or even if you just attack with Sableye this turn, that would be fine. You just Sableye the bench Roaring Moon for 120, the one without any energy. I assume this would be for a Radzard grab here. If Robin does play the Nest Ball, I assume it would be to get a Radiant Charizard. Saving Nest Ball would be pretty good as well, though, to combo Super Rod to get another Radiant Charizard set up, though, is the only thing. Like, saving the Nest Ball is also pretty good. Like, Colressing into the Radzard, and then getting to save the Nest Ball is also pretty good, to be honest. Because then you can combo Super Rod plus Nest Ball to get another Radzard later. So I wouldn't have hated to see Robin actually not use the Nest Ball here, to be honest. And hold it for that reason as well. Now we're going to see go into the Colress here. Can attack with Radzard, could attack with Sableye. Needs to find... Ideally, gets a Mirage. I think probably wants to attack with Radzard here. If you get... That's a lot of Mirage Gates. What do you lost on those? Is going to be the Colress. Thinking about giving up one of the Mirage Gates. I think does play 4. So Mirage Gate plus attach for turn does get there. Thinking about keeping the Colress. Oh, yeah. I thought there was a Colress in hand for some reason. Gets rid of the Cross Switcher and a Mirage Gate to keep Mirage Gate, Super Rod, Colress. I think there is enough energy in the deck here. I don't think we need to see a Super Rod here. There's no energy in the discard pile anyways. Could recover Pokemon here, but obviously doesn't need to do that. I know there's a fire in the deck. I saw at least a fire. I assume there's probably another energy, though. Yeah. 2 Psychic, Dark, and a Fire. He's eyeing up Fire, Psychic. Could go Fire, Dark to keep more Psychics in the deck to combo with the Sableye. But as long as there's 1 Psychic in the deck, then you can still use a Mirage Gate to get 2 energy in play, which is a little bit more valuable. But you will be able to combo Super Rod next turn anyways. So maybe I wouldn't hate to see a Psychic get kept in the deck. So that way if you just naturally draw into a Psychic, then you just have the Sableye attack without having to use a Mirage Gate here from Robin. Especially if you get like Iona to Judge next turn, and you just bench Sableye and they naturally draw into a Psychic. It's like, okay, I can at least attack with Sableye this turn. I don't need a... or I have a high chance of doing that, because if you naturally draw into the Dark, obviously it's not very good, and then you have only 1 Psychic in the deck. There'll be something to have considered there. But has the Dark energy here out of hand as well. So now the Zard is going in, knocking out this Roaring Moon. And also, yeah, I like the benching of the Sableye as well. Hold on to the Super Rod to try and recover your Charizard later. Go down to 2 prize cards here for Robin. Once again, there's multiple ways for Robin to win the game from here. Could tack back-to-back turns with Sableye on a Roaring Moon. Could go Cram into Sableye possibly, and then you're hoping for not a Tool card or any kind of healing. From what we've seen from the build from Filippo so far, I don't think Filippo plays Tool cards. Well, plays 4 Sealstone, obviously, but I think maybe doesn't play... There's the Iono, though. I think Filippo maybe doesn't play Also, another important thing at the end here, at the end of the game, for Robin to avoid putting stadiums in play, or Filippo to take advantage of to be able to kill the Radiant Zard. And then we do see the Iono coming down. Going to put Robin down to 2 cards. Robin does have a decent amount of time here to close out this game, though. And actually, it's a big deal if Filippo doesn't play tool cards. I don't think Filippo does. We haven't seen any yet. Oh, was that too many cards? Oh, it was 4. Thank goodness. And there we go. Bump the stadium. Knock out the Radiant Charizard. Moltres off the prize cards. Help to accelerate some energy. Robin did get a Colress. And does have a Super Rod and a Switch card in hand. So it's very close to be able to attack with Radiant Charizard again. Just needs to find... Pretty easy discard here. Found the Super Rod. Has the Switch card. It has the Nest Ball. Oh, is missing the Mirage Gate. I was like, are we missing anything here? Is missing the Mirage Gate. But is just a Mirage Gate away from having game up right now. There's the mill. No Mirage Gate. But hey, we still have at least 1 flower selecting to use. And I think Filippo might be out of... Filippo might be out of hand disruption cards at this point. So this hand, if this hand sticks for a turn, and there's a Mirage Gate, so that should just be game here for Robin. Checking to make sure everything is there, and everything is there, I believe. So yeah, game 1 goes to Robin here. Just needs to sequence it out here. As long as Robin doesn't blunder the sequence here, which I trust Robin to get it here. There we go. There's the Zard. There's the energy. Nest. Gate to the Zard. Make sure he's got the Switch card. And there's a Switch card. Okay. Filippo is almost conceded a little bit prematurely there. But yeah. I mean, we saw Robin had the Switch card, so it would happen eventually. It went to Robin. Yeah, this seems like actually a truly terrible matchup for... This seems like a truly terrible matchup for Filippo. But, yeah, made all the right plays in that one. You know, maximized the... played heavily towards the hand disruption. I would like to see Robin play a little bit more aggressively, to be honest. I think Robin left the board state in a scenario where it definitely gave Filippo an opportunity to make comeback, to make the possibility to like come back multiple times. I didn't mind the early Radiant Charizard bench from Robin, and it did get gusted and trapped, which was unfortunate. Overall, I didn't mind it though from Robin, just being more aggressive with it and putting it into play. But like the later turn after that, there was a huge opportunity for Filippo to gain some tempo in the matchup with that judge play where Robin like developed nothing besides Robin really developed nothing besides the hand a little bit on that turn, and even like put the Pokestop in play for Filippo to take advantage of. That was like the only turn where I felt like Robin definitely could have done some. I don't know what Robin should have done more. There's a couple options, like I mentioned, attached to the bench to Sableye, attached to a Comfy, like even benching the Radiant Charizard there, just developed the board a little bit more. Would have been nice to see. And hopefully Robin is definitely hoping here to not open the Jirachi here, because that definitely messes up when you have to put Manaphy in play in the matchup to play around the Greninja. Benching the Jirachi really messes up your bench composition here. Radzard is prized. I'm sure Robin plays Heavy Ball. Also a Sableye. Yeah, the prize cards are pretty fine on both sides. I'm sure Robin plays a Heavy Ball, so shouldn't be a huge deal. Does open the Cram. I thought it was the Manaphy. I saw a Water Pokemon, but it is the Cram. And Filippo does choose second here, which I do like. I think probably just want to be the aggressor in this matchup for both players. So I like that from Filippo as well, choosing second. Comfies are coming out. Doing a little prize check in here. I actually really like this deck from Robin, to be honest. I almost said Philip. Robin. Makes me want to kind of try it out, to be honest. I don't know. Pokestop's just cool. Building it, like having the deck so heavily built around Pokestop is kind of cool. I don't even know if I saw... Actually, I don't even know if there's a Roxanne in there for Robin. I kind of just assumed there was a Roxanne. There's 2 Palpads. I also don't think there's a boss either from Robin. Does play the cross switches, of course, which can be some kind of gust effect. Playing 2 Palpad, though, I would assume there would be some kind of Roxanne or boss, but it might just be all courses. I would assume there's a Roxanne, but there might not be. Honestly, the hand here from Robin is not great either. Here comes the first Comfy. Definitely at least hoping for a way to get into another Comfy. There is the way. It does mean you lose the Clara. Oh, there's the Clara. We know there's a Clara in the list. Could be multiple Clara, I guess. There's a retreat. Second Comfy on the way here. Flower selecting again. Well, not much of a choice there. Switch or switch. Spiritomb comes down. Manaphy comes down. Spiritomb does... I don't love Spiritomb. but it is probably correct. I don't know if it is correct to bench overall. I mean, it does shut down the Moltres acceleration, but losing a bench base kind of sucks. It'd be really nice to be able to have like attacking with a Cram, have a Sableye down, and then also have like Radzard in play. Like have a bunch of attackers built up in play to be able to deal with the hand disruption. Now Filippo's deck isn't like doesn't have like a ton of hand disruption. It has a decent amount, not like a ridiculous amount. So the Spiritomb might be worth it, but also like for the matchup, I think Filippo has plenty of time to like set up multiple Roaring Moons before like they start getting one hit KO'd. I don't think Filippo is being overly pressured. I don't think Filippo is overly pressured in this matchup. Yeah. All right. The hand overall, just a lot of energy. Palpat to shuffle back in the Sada that was vesseled away. Has Pokestop and Squawk ability to work with. Unfortunately, the Palpat is getting utilized early. You want to save the Palpat to recover. Ideally, you want to save the Palpat to recover Judge and Iono for more disruption cards later, but he's going to lose it early on here. Going for a Pokemon catcher even here. Honestly, going after them, I would like to see go, if there is a heads here, I would like to see Filippo go after the Manaphy. Goes after the Spiritomb. I would like to see the Manaphy gone after here. It actually attaches to the Squawk ability. I don't know if I like that, because you could draw into a switch card. I'd like to see maybe I'd like to see all the energy get discarded here, I think. And then hope to, because then you want to keep open the possibility of a switch card or retreating the active. Pretty good draw there, though, from Filippo. Does get the Force Shield Zone, gets a Trekking Shoes, gets a Sada as well. So off of this Battle VIP pass, you're probably getting a Roaring Moon. Is that a Research or a Sada? I think it's a Sada. I actually just don't know. So we're probably getting a Moon and a Moltres. We can't use Moltres' ability, but we have the Force Shield Stone in hand, so it probably makes sense to do that. And then you can like Sada to the Roaring Moon to draw 3 more cards. And then you're looking for like E-Switch over. I mean, you should be able to get the attack off here for sure from Filippo. I think it's guaranteed. Like I said, I'm not sure I love the attachment to the Squawk ability, but it's all working out here overall. And yeah, the boss on the Spiritomb. Yeah, I don't think I like the boss on the Spiritomb, to be honest. Double Moon, no Moltres. We have a Force Shield Stone in our hand, though. I don't think this guarantees the attack. Okay, thank goodness. I'm pretty sure if it was double Roaring Moon taken there, I don't think the attack is guaranteed here from Filippo. It's still probably really likely, but it's not guaranteed. Right now, the attack is guaranteed here from Filippo because we got E-Switch plus Dark Patch, and then Hard Retreat the active. Sada before... Oh, goes to the Pokestop first. Another VIP pass. And a Dark Patch. All right, so we can VIP pass again here to go get another Moon. You could put Greninja in play. The problem with putting Greninja in play... The problem with putting Greninja in play, though, is then it becomes like a secondary one-prizer in play. So what could happen here is Robin could like play Escape Rope and punch anything that isn't the Morpeko with Cram, and then could go Sableye KO Morpeko, put damage on Greninja, and then Sableye KO Greninja afterwards, or even like double cross switch or punch Greninja with Cram, and then Sableye KO Morpeko and Greninja later. So I actually don't like the Greninja play here from Filippo. I think we should have not put Greninja in play here, because now it gives like Robin more ways to win the game overall. There's the draw of the Sada. I mean, it is important for draw power overall, but I don't think we need to do that here as Filippo. I think we could have played a little bit more lower, conservatively, whatever. Here comes the Dark Patch onto the Morpeko. Can E-Switch one of those energy off the Roaring Moon, then retreat the Billy. Still has Trekking Shoes in hand as well, but doesn't need to play it here, I guess. You can probably just hold on to it, right? Your hand's not going to get disrupted next turn. You basically know that for sure. So yeah, there's no reason for Filippo to do that. The only other thing I maybe we should have seen here from Filippo is actually to attack with Roaring Moon to bump the Pokestop, to be honest. That's actually the only other thing we could have seen here from Filippo was be to actually attack with Roaring Moon instead of Morpeko to bump the Pokestop here, to be honest, to take that away from Robin. Which honestly, I think I maybe would have liked to have seen. I think at this point you should know as Filippo that Robin's deck is super based around Pokestop. I think you should know that at this point. Comfy finds the Colress, has a Pokegear for another Colress. Another thing I don't love from Filippo, once again, I think KOing the Manaphy was way better here from Filippo to give yourself the potential option of the Greninja attack than what Filippo went for here. What's going to be the take here from Robin? The Saurus doesn't seem like it's that good in this matchup. Yeah, Robin does give it up and opts for the Switch Cart, Nest Ball, and another Pokestop for a following turn, because this Pokestop's going to get bumped on that next turn from Filippo almost for sure through the Calamity Storm. has a nest ball in hand. Could go get something. Definitely wants to play around Judge to an extent here. So you could go nest ball here for the Radiant Charizard. Oh, well, it is prized. It's just going to be a switch into a Cram and punch with Cram, though, it looks like. And just hold the nest ball. Nest ball here, you might want to go just recover another Cram. Nest ball, I guess, here for a Sableye wouldn't be terrible. But just goes Cram punch. And probably is going to play for the Radiant Charizard on this next turn, I would assume. Try and pull off the Radiant Charizard attack. For Filippo here, I also wouldn't play the Iono. I don't think you should play the Iono yet. Maybe Force Seal Stone for Judge. I wouldn't hate to see that from Filippo. Force Seal Stone for the Judge, KO the Cram. Because once again, this is like the same situation that Robin was in the last game, where it's like the Judge play could buy a ton of tempo here for Filippo. So starts with Greninja. And then because we are also down our Pal Pad here at this point for Filippo, so I don't like the idea of using the Iono here. I think this is a great time to use Judge, though, from Filippo. The board is super underdeveloped from Robin. Only one attacker in play. So yeah, I would love to see Filippo go with a Force Seal Stone for a Judge here. As long as it's not prized. I don't know if it's actually prized or not, to be honest, but there's a Moltres Acceleration, which I think, yeah, once again, going back to the Moltres thing, I don't think like getting access to our Moltres is that big of a deal here for Filippo. So I think I would like to have seen the Comfey get KO'd. But when we got the catcher on the heads, I think Filippo should have just gone after... Chooses to use the Pokestop. I don't love it because you could have milled your Judge there. Also, you can mill your stadiums there as well as Filippo. You can mill your own stadiums. And your stadiums are super important in this matchup for Filippo because you don't want to Frenzy Gouging Crams or Radiant Charizards as the game progresses. Yeah, I want to see Filippo just go. Now goes after the Manaphy. Now the sequence I just don't like. I think KOing the Cram here is fine here for Filippo. Gets rid of the stadium, which honestly I'm not sure about getting rid of the stadium either, because now once again you need a stadium to KO the Cram on the next turn. Yeah. I would have liked it. I really would have loved to have seen Force Seal Stone for Judge on this turn from Filippo, plus KO Cram. Remove the attacker from play, remove the Pokestop from play, and then disrupt Robin's hand before Robin. Because like this turn, Robin could go attack with Radzard, bench Sableye. Like Robin could just get everything this turn. Attack with Radzard, bench Sableye, have the Cram still in play as a backup attacker, and just like have just so many attackers in play that like Robin's just in a ridiculously good spot. So that's like another thing as well. Like yeah, now this is like a turn for Robin to really like get a bunch of stuff in play to be able to deal with getting hand disrupted on following turns. So as long as the Judge wasn't prized there for Filippo, I would like to have seen the Force Seal Stone for the Judge. So Robin's looking for a Colress here, which does get Robin to 7 in the Lost Zone. I don't think Robin can get to 10 here, so Sableye's not an option, but Cram is basically as good as Sableye in the situation anyways, it feels like. Has the Pokegear in hand. So Robin also has 2 Mirage Gate in hand as well. So Robin's definitely looking for... knock out the active with ideally Radiant Charizard. Could do it with Roaring Moon, I guess. Now Radiant Charizard is prized, so Robin doesn't need to find the Heavy Ball to use Radiant Charizard, but I believe the Roaring Moon is in the deck and does have a Nest Ball in hand, so could go the Roaring Moon route if he really wanted to. Wouldn't be as good though, for sure. There's the Comfey. It's a Nest Ball or a Pokestop. Goes for the Nest, but Cram Punch and Sableye Punch here is okay as well. You definitely prefer to go knockout with Radzard if possible. We need the Nest Ball. We're not the Nest Ball. 2 Super Rod. We need the not the Nest Ball. We need the what do we need here? Could even play a Nest Ball right now and thin a Sableye out of the deck, to be honest. We need a Heavy Ball. We need the Heavy Ball. Which once again, I don't know for sure if Robin plays Heavy Ball. I'm just kind of assuming that Robin plays Heavy Ball. It's usually a pretty good card in Lost Zone decks. Could even play a Mirage Gate right now. Thin out the deck pretty heavily here, to be honest. We'll play one of the Mirage Gates. Play this Nest Ball to go get Sableye. Or Cram. I assume Sableye would be the... Oh, he's going to line up the Roaring Moon, actually. Wait, I don't even know if I see a Heavy Ball in there, actually. Let's see. Heavy Ball, Heavy Ball, Heavy Ball. Robin doesn't play Heavy Ball. Okay, so no Heavy Ball, unless it's in the hand. There's the Roaring Moon grab. So Radiant is not an option here. Also, is there only one Sableye in this list? There's one Sableye prized. Was there a Sableye discarded earlier? I think second card from the top. Oh, is it there? No, that's a Nest Ball, I think. I don't think Robin plays Heavy Ball. Also, I think only plays one Sableye. There's a Sableye prized, and I did not see a Sableye in the deck or the hand. Or the discard pile, I don't think. So I think Robin plays 1 Sableye, 2 Cram, a Roaring Moon, and a Radzard. A really interesting build here from Robin. Sableye in hand? No. Could be in the discard pile, I guess. Here comes the Pokegear to find the Chorus. I think Robin still needs to find a Dark Energy, right? There's the Chorus. Plenty of Chorus in the deck, for sure. So could go with the Frenzied Gouge. I think you would just KOs with Frenzied Gouging here as Robin. I don't think we're going to wait on the Frenzied Gouging here. This is what I was talking about in that last turn from Filippo. You gave Robin so much time to just like set up for big plays here. I think you gave Robin too much time. All right, pretty easy loss zones here. The Cram and the VIP pass going, keeping the Dark Energy, which you need to attack with the Roaring Moon here. And then also has another stop for the future, another Nest Ball for the future. Has actually double Cross Switcher. Oh wait, Robin could go KO the Moltres this turn instead, right? And then you leave your Roaring Moon set up. Is there a second Sableye in this discard pile? I feel like there has to be. Is it really only 1 Sableye? It is 1 Sableye, isn't it? I didn't even think about trying to get Manaphy back here from Robin. And it is also favoring that Spiritomb again. Does have double Nest Ball in hand, so can get Manaphy and Spiritomb into play here. Here come the Nest Balls. Shut down the Energy Acceleration from the Moltres. Well, I guess wait, are we KOing Moltres here as Robin? That's what I said we were gonna do, but maybe Robin's not gonna do that. I assume Robin's not gonna do that if we recover the Spiritomb. My thought process was Robin was gonna double Cross Switcher KO Moltres with Calamity Storm, because then Filippo can't KO you back with Calamity Storm and has to Frenzy Gouging your Roaring Moon, and then that puts you with no HP left, and then you can win with like Sableye, Sableye, or Sableye Cram. But also Robin doesn't play multiple Sableye, which makes things... Was the Heavy Ball prized? Maybe the Heavy Ball was prized. Mirage Gate is happening as well to load up some energy on the Comfeys. There's at least 1 energy in the deck. It's the Dark for the Moon attached to the active. Why does Manaphy matter? Because Filippo plays Water Energy, so Filippo can use Greninja potentially to snipe 2 Comfeys or something like that. So I would assume with this build up here from Robin, Robin is going to go with the Frenzied Gouging on the active. I still like the double Cross Switcher on the Moltres a little bit more though. For sure, to be honest. I feel like that has the double Cross Switcher on the Moltres on the bench. And you also get the Pokestop out of play, which means you take that Pokestop away from Filippo, which sounds good. I don't know. I'm not sure I like this play here from Robin, to be honest. It goes with the Gouging. Now Filippo can just respond with like a Moltres attack or a Moon attack. Obviously can't use the Moltres' ability here, but yeah, I feel like it's not hard for Filippo. Whiffs the Radzard. Yeah, Robin whiffs the Radzard and the Sableye off the prize cards there. There's a Moon. Has a Dark Patch and a Force Seal Stone. So has a guaranteed attack with the Moltres here. Yeah, the Moltres attack is guaranteed here. Probably doesn't want to use the Force Seal Stone quite yet, but you can attach the Force Seal Stone, switch card into the Moltres. Could use the Pokestop as well here. Also, another thing is like, as the game goes later and you start to get hand disrupted here as Robin, your cross switchers become worse cards. Like, one, they might not do anything. And honestly, for how this game is developing here from Robin, I feel like... I feel like Filippo... or Robin is not going to be able to take advantage of these cross switchers as this game develops, to be honest. I feel like Robin is not going to be able to take advantage of these cross switchers as the game develops. It's just going to hard to have like a combination where it like makes sense to utilize it. And what I do think Filippo should Iono here. Like, you don't want to leave Robin with like a 10-card hand. Yeah, you don't want to leave Robin with like a 10-card hand going into this next turn. Like, you would like to save your Iono to 1 after Robin takes another 2-prize knockout potentially. But yeah, I think you just commit to the KO here for sure. Or to the Iono for sure here, excuse me, as Filippo. Get the knockout and put it onto Robin to have a lot on the next turn. And then you go down to 2 prizes here as Filippo. And if Robin doesn't get a knockout on the next turn, yeah, honestly, I really don't like the way Robin played this. The more I think about it, the less I like how Robin played this, to be honest. Yeah, the more I think about it, the less I like how Robin played this turn. Because if Robin doesn't get a KO here for 2 prize cards, Robin doesn't really have like a I guess Robin was hoping for the Radzard off the prize cards and to respond with Radzard into the Moltres. But yeah, not going to happen. It looks like the Force Seal Stone has to be used here from Filippo. Now, if Robin can KO this... Oh, no, we have the Vessel in the hand, so we can just Vessel for it instead. Yeah, an attack with Roaring Moon would have been way better here from Filippo to actually bump the stadium. Take that away from Robin. Now, if Robin can KO this Moltres, Robin probably just wins. But I think it's going to be tough with the Radzard still being prized. I think it's going to be tough for Robin to actually KO this Moltres. That'll be pretty tough. Doing a quick assessment of the deck. There's no stadiums left for Filippo, I don't think. So, Calamity Storm for a KO here is not happening. He's going to go ahead and use the Force Seal Stone as well, just to go get a Dark Patch. He's afraid of getting knocked down in the active, so I don't hate this play here from Filippo. Just play around the possibility of getting knocked out on the next turn. So I don't dislike this play here. Just get an energy down to your Roaring Moon, so you're guaranteed to have a Roaring Moon attack next turn. I guess this Pokestop will be in play next turn for Filippo to take advantage of, but it is also in play now going into this turn for Robin to take advantage of as well, which could lead to Robin to actually get a KO with a Roaring Moon here. But that would mean, I guess, that Filippo just wins with a Frenzy Gouging on the next turn because it would be a 2-prize or 2-prize. Yeah, not getting Radzard there from Robin makes this almost impossible, it feels like. But once again, if Robin had, going back to it, if Robin had attacked with the Roaring Moon and KO'd the Moltres instead of KOing the Roaring Moon, and then if Filippo's only response to the Roaring Moon was a Frenzy Gouging, then you could go Cram KO that into Radiant Zard or Roaring Moon to close out the game. It looks like Robin does have access to the Roaring Moon KO here, though. He's going to keep the Cross Switcher. There's the retreat into another Comfy. There's the Super Rod. I think that's what Robin might need more, though. Might need second Super Rod. Is there a second Super Rod in the hand? There's not. I think Robin whiffed the knockout on the active here. Is there a win condition for Robin at this point, then? Has double Mirage Gate, has Nest Ball. Oh, is there an energy in the deck still? There could be still an energy in the deck, I guess. If there is an energy in the deck, then this is good enough, actually. Oh, there is. There's the fire energy in the deck. Okay, this works then. But unfortunately for Robin, Filippo does have the Frenzy Gouging to get the return knockout. And the game will go in Filippo's favor here. Yeah, that Radzard being prized made things pretty difficult for Robin here at the end. I don't think there's another option here for Robin. I'm trying to come up with something that Robin could do different here. But I'm pretty sure you just have to go Calamity Storm, KO active, bump Pokestop. Hope Filippo doesn't have attach Sada or switch Dark Patch attach, any of that. But we know Filippo does have that stuff, so. Here we go. And Calamity Storm knockout, but Filippo does have the Frenzy Gouging response. So we are going to game 3 here with only 6 minutes left. Not a ton of time for either player to win this game, to be honest. There's the Sada, and we know the energy's in hand here, so. And there's the E-switch up. Frenzy Gouging for the knockout. We go to game 3 here with only 6 minutes left. Yeah, the Radzard being late in the prize cards there was pretty bad for Robin, but I think Robin could have still played that a little bit differently. Like I said, the double cross switcher play. Could have double cross switcher KO their Moltres. And then you could not get Spiritomb back and instead recover maybe the Snorlax. And then Snorlax could KO Squawkabilly or Greninja at the end of the game, possibly. Did Robin have 2 switchers in hand that turn? Yeah, the last turn Robin did. Yeah, there was 2 switchers in the hand. Robin was trying to like hold on to them. The switchers honestly combo super well with Snorlax as well, which would have been which is why I would like to have seen Robin also recover the Snorlax. I think Robin had access to all 4 switchers that game. I don't think there was any in the Lost Zone. I think Snorlax was in the Lost Zone. Oh, Snorlax was maybe in the Lost Zone this game actually. Okay, yeah, you're right. In the game 1, it was in the discard pile. Okay. So what could we have? I guess we just don't Super Rod back Spiritomb. We don't prioritize the Spiritomb there then, I guess. Yeah, I would have given you more options there for sure. All right, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for either player to win this one, to be honest. Honestly, I think if it's either Robin wins or no one does, basically, I think, unless Robin like prizes Manaphy, then maybe you could draw prize cards fast enough as Filippo here through Greninja. But yeah, I think this is most likely going to be a tie here. Morpeko's prize, which actually is a big deal for the first turn attack here. Snorlax's prize, no Radzard prize though. Prize cards look fine for both players, to be honest. The Morpeko prize is like the biggest prize card here, but honestly, I don't think you really want to attack with Morpeko that badly in this matchup, like I kind of mentioned. Also, I don't think Robin plays Escape Rope. I don't think Robin plays Escape Rope. I don't think there's a single Escape Rope in the deck here for Robin. which is probably fine because you want to be Radzard and they're active most of the time, or you want to be double cross-switching, choosing your target with Radzard. The only thing is like it hurts your potential for cram in the early game. It hurts your potential for the cram in the early game. All right, Battle VIP Pass. Oh yeah, Robin did choose second. Oh, I guess that makes like the Morpeko prize actually doesn't matter. Prizing Morpeko doesn't actually matter here because Robin is gonna does choose to go second here. So, yeah, Robin does choose to go second here. So you don't actually care about. You don't really care about the Morpeko being prized here as Filippo because it's like good for a turn 1 attacker going second. I guess it could still be a good follow-up attacker at some point to leave a 1 prizer on your active to make things awkward for Robin. So to be honest, the Morpeko is still good to be honest because. The earlier in the game you use it, I feel like the worse it maybe is because it allows Robin to adjust. Well, actually, without Escape Rope being in the deck, honestly, attacking with Morpeko early seems really good, to be honest. Because it's actually awkward for Robin to go KO Greninja. But if Robin has Escape Rope, then you can Escape Rope, push the Morpeko out of the way, hit anything else, and then play around Morpeko later. Morpeko plus Greninja on the bench later. But because Robin doesn't play Escape Rope to like push the Morpeko early, then actually, I think the... I think Morpeko is actually a really good attacker in this matchup because Greninja is awkward for Robin to go KO. Except for like maybe Snorlax, but if you're attacking with Snorlax, you could be attacking with Radzar and KO in the active anyways. So Morpeko only matters in the only is a bad attacker if Robin plays the other card that I was mentioning. I forgot what it was, Escape Rope. But Robin doesn't play Escape Rope. But I guess you could make the same board state happen with Robin with cross switchers. Like Robin could double cross switcher, punch Greninja, and then sable either both cards, the Morpeko and the Greninja later. All right, Polish off the rip here from Robin. Once again, only 3 minutes left. There's a Battle VIP Pass. There's a Radiant Zard, and then the question is, what's the other card you take? More Pokemon Search. It looks like for Robin. You do want to find like Comfeys and Manaphy and all that stuff. You definitely want to get Manaphy down here so you don't get ran over by Greninja because there's that potential. It's good to me. And then it's gonna go get a bunch of Comfeys. You might even go grab the Manaphy right now as well. And then need some switch cards. Get off this turn 1 attack with the Cram. You're punching the... I guess the most ideal target to punch with Cram, to be honest, is probably Squawkabilly. But you'll settle for a punch into a 2-prizer like this here. It's not that big of a deal. Still decent. 2 minutes. Yeah, I don't think this game is going to conclude in time. I don't think there's ever a scenario where this one concludes. That's because Escape Rope sucks in Sablezard. Yeah, I could see it, honestly. I've never really thought about it too hard, but it definitely doesn't seem great. Especially if the cross switches, they have like some form of bench manipulation or whatever. Comfey versus Super Odd. I think Robin might even play 4 Super Odd, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there might be 4 in there. There's a lot. There's at least 3. There's definitely at least 3. Just have a switch, attach retreat into Comfey. Thinking about playing Nest Ball first to thin out the deck. I assume the Manaphy would be the grab here, just to like stop the potential of the Greninja attack. There it is. Then retreat to Comfey, use Comfey. One minute 30 left. Man, I really got to go. Comfey number 2. Get a switch. I think we've seen 4 Super Odd arts now. Have we ever seen all the arts? Does naturally find the Spiritomb there, so I don't hate benching it, to be honest. Going out of your way to get it doesn't seem that good in this matchup, but... And there's a whiff on the switch card here from Robin. So, just going to be a pass. Over to Filippo. Only 1 minute left, though. So, I don't think we're seeing a game conclude here. We'll even see how long Filippo's turn takes here. It's possible Filippo doesn't even end this turn before the time runs out here. Start with the concealed cards. Plenty of Dark Patches in hand. Has Research. 3 Dark Patch. 3 Dark Patch in the hand. I mean, I'd probably play 2 of them here. And then go for that Research. Play the Pokestop, play the Research. I don't know. Oh, you could actually use the Pokestop before the Research, so that way you could potentially mill another Dark Energy. Or get a Vessel. I guess the Vessel doesn't really combo that well with the current situation, but... Yeah, you may as well use Pokestop first, right? And then try and get another energy in the discard pile to use with the other Dark Patch. I don't see a reason not to, anyways. Filippo might go with that Research instead, though. And yeah, there's Research first. Does get rid of Dark Patch. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's correct 100% to Pokestop first there. It seems fine to have potentially gotten value that you don't need. Another thing is you just don't need value out of that Dark Patch for sure. Like, it'd be okay to get value out of that Dark Patch, but definitely not necessary. Yeah, Definitely not necessary at all. And there's time called. Are the players going to stick it out? No possibility for when. And there we go. There we go with the tie.